Hello everyone and welcome back to Elderbrain's channel where we play Torrents of the Spellhoarder with April, Joe, John and Tommy. Please introduce your characters and let's get rolling.
Let's go! I'm April. I'm playing Mayra, Deep Scar of the Azure Abyss. She is a Triton, Paladin Oath of the Open Sea.
Oh, you're muted, Joe.
You're muted now.
Classic mix-up.
Classic Rax.
Yeah, classic Rax. All the shenanigans. My name is Joe, and today only, I'll be playing Rax, Wormslayer Ranger.
Rax is dying today. Yes.
No. That's
And I'm John. I'll be playing Ko, the Echo Knight, who is wondering today how big of a pet he could ever have.
As big as a dragon. I'm Tommy. I'm playing Fromars, who's actually a dragon, a young bronze dragon ranger.
all right.
Coolest bronze dragon ranger that ever rangered.
Lone ranger.
That's right.
Not alone anymore because you're all together on the Flame Drake.
We're always alone.
You're born alone, you die alone. This beautiful dragon ship with beautiful red colors that turn into orange and then light green at the tip of the wings, which are actually the sails on three huge massive masts. The wind is perfect. You had a nice voyage in the very calm sea, coming from Star Haven to the Cedar Scales. In your hold, you have two of the slaves. What's their name? The spell slaves of Clan Physmos, who you have boarded up since Kiraku Island, where you met them. And you have next to you Aishlin, the proud deep sea elven knight who came along to help you and to witness your journey, and also how you can what's to take part in formulating a plan and helping you find out where the Sahuagin are located somewhere around the Isles of Santaros, so that you can, this is only just a part of a bigger plan, you can call Morgar on them and lure it away so that you can liberate with Aishlin's man and his master, the first trident, Oracle Balantal, liberate the city of Arvanshi from its 100 years oppression. Now, as you're traveling, and you see the shores and the cliffs and the jungles, you soon you can see on the open sea a ship, not far. Well, it's about 20 miles away, so it's a significant distance, but you can already, in your spyglass, you can already see their flag, and it is obvious that these are the Dreadstingers, the notorious pirate crew that you have heard about. You've heard that they have several ships on sea, and they have a very bad temper that you better always thought you would like to avoid. Also, I made a little cute flame drake icon, if you see. And this ship has on the top of its masts, if you zoom in on the icon or the token, you can also see it has these huge spearheads, and of course the flag the black flag that they fly with the cross scimitars behind this stingray in silver or white. I give you word. What do you guys do?
Right. Well, I don't think they're here to talk to us. Are they heading towards us?
They are standing still.
moving in little circles?
No, they're just
I'll
floating. Floating, not really. You can't really make out. I mean, Mary is watching the spiders.
Sails down.
Sails down, and they are stationary.
Getting Celeste out and unfolding her stock. I'm just gonna be ready. I think maybe we just sail past, right? Don't bother them. Just keep going.
Evade them.
Is there anything? Their sails are down, and they're just sitting there. Is there anything to kind of give any indication that? This is probably a stupid question, but isn't that kind of unusual behavior for a ship in the open water to just?
Well, they are near the coastline, so it's not that open. You know, this should be like. This is considered coastal, near coast, location. So they could have lowered, little boats to reach the, like, how do you call this? Rowboats to reach the land, or they are just, there's nothing unusual about it. And if you roll a high enough perception check, maybe you can spot some details that could help.
I guess because kind of my question about it is, we're in Xanthros proper at this point, right? We're within the chain of isles that are under control of the.
Yes, you are sailing into this throat. What's the name in English? One second, I have a beautiful. The strait.
Okay.
That will lead to the Zero Scales. To your left and to your right, you can both see land already on the horizon.
Okay. Okay. So with that understanding that we are in Xanthros at this point, Mayra would say we are within the waters under the control of the half-dragon clans. That being the case, I agree that we should just bypass them. We'll move around. Obviously keep a watch. But there's no need to engage, to my mind.
Co on deck, would he probably be on one side and have an echo on the other side then? That way he could hop back and forth real quick.
Can we see if they spotted us?
No, you don't see any sign of that. Do you have a perception check? Did you make a perception check?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm rolling for that too.
Pretty low, 13.
I think that's a good idea. Just keep on going. If they attack us, we turn the ship on them, burn them to the ground. Pick them off as they try.
Here.
Why do you roll with advantage?
Because she pulled her shield out.
Okay, you use the spyglass, so, and you roll really high, and you can see movement on the ship. So this is not like they're all dead or that. Also, you see a missing rowboat on one side of the ship. So they are busy with something, You're not sure. Of course, you can't make out exact faces and figures and all that. It's far, far, far away. They are not moving. So while you're watching them, maybe you can see a few figures coming to the front of the ship. Maybe they're watching you. Maybe they're just looking into the water. You don't know. But then they kind of disperse over the ship, and then they are doing something. They're moving around. So there's life on the ship. It's stationary. Yeah, it doesn't show any signs of wanting to approach you or whatever.
Right. Lars, did you see anything? I can see that people are moving around. It looks like there's some activity maybe in the water, but
should I check underwater or from the air?
I suppose it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Get a closer view.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea at all. Checking down below, see what's happening.
Alright. So Lars jumps into the water, or glides
Into the water. Okay.
into the water, and
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not gonna approach too close, just viewing distance, you know? Is it anchored, for example? Is it
Roll.
action?
Roll a perception check, please. Let's see what you see.
21.
Okay, so you have a good view of the ship from quite far. You don't want to get closer to get a better view because that would be dangerous. You think you don't really see anything, particular. So there are these clams attached to the bottom, for keel holding, and it's just the underbelly of the ship. Nothing special, nothing in the water. They are not even anchored. Well, they are. There's a significant depth of water under them, so that their chain wouldn't reach the bottom of the sea. So they are just floating there. Nothing special about it.
Alright, I come back to the ship. Say that there's nothing special underwater.
Proceed with caution, then, I guess.
Yeah. Do we have a high point on this ship? I didn't see a crow's nest in the...
There is a crow's nest on all of these ships, and you can see up to 80 miles, which would be about 3 hexes on the map.
I'm gonna go head up top.
80 miles is in Celeste Strange, right?
No. he actually pauses for a second, goes, carry the... oh, not at all. That's too far. Go ahead and climb on up to the crow's nest, and I think
There's
Rex is gonna... Go ahead.
I'm just telling you that there's this heavier breeze up there. Like the wind is blowing a bit harder against your face. Your beard is flapping a bit to the side. And yeah, what's the plan?
Great. He's gonna prop up, just set Celeste next to him, fully unfolded, and lean it up against the rail, and just enjoy the view, and keep an eye on that ship.
All right, so the weather is beautiful. You keep an eye on the ship, which stays as it is, and Mera continues, according to the map, follows the shore that you can see, easily navigates the ship. It's probably less than a day. More than, I would say, 10, 12, maybe a bit more of hours, more hours to get to the Zero Scales. So, in the next, let's say, 6 hours, the night falls, and you will arrive in the morning, early morning. So I will roll for weather, which is very simply a d20. Okay, so
Can I erase the flag?
what flag? Oh, erase the flag. I thought you said raise the flag.
No, not. We
Well-
don't have a flag yet.
Yeah, don't
Don't
raise
have a
any
name
flags. The no name, no flag crew.
We need a bard.
You need a bar. You will have bars here, but the thing is that as you get close, as the night falls and Mara stands in front of the ship and manages its operation with the unseen crew, you can feel that the temperature is dropping. So Rex on the top, soon you realize that the temperature is dropping. Of course, you guys will soon gather for the night and either take shifts or just leave Mara to stay in control. But you see that there are dark clouds gathering, and the wind starts to blow really, really strong. It's going to be a busy night, you think, Mara?
Alrighty, batten down the hatches and flip the portholes.
And all aboard, mateys, because as the night falls, the wind becomes very, very strong, and rain starts to fall. And I would like to ask you to make a maneuver check, which is, just as a reminder, it's your -1, the ship's -1 dexterity modifier, half of your proficiency bonus, and +2 for the crew.
Can we help?
Bonus. No.
Since I have the navigator's tool, does that
No, but if anybody who has a water vehicle proficiency could help, but I don't think anybody else has.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who has that, I guess. Okay. Alrighty, so it's half my proficiency was a 3, and then +2 was a 5, but then -1, so 4 with a D20.
So the ship is bulky. You are trying to navigate into this channel, but
That is a no.
I didn't see the
You get to add 4 to that, so it's a 7.
Oh.
Okay, so you try to navigate the ship through the waves, not to crash to either side, but it's a 20-something mile, maybe even more, so it's not like a real hazard that you will crash into the cliffs. It's just that the waves are pretty tall, and
So I get soaked.
yeah, you get soaked, and everybody on board gets soaked, and it's really a rough ride, to say the least. If you fail the check, you move at half speed, so that's all that happens. So nothing serious. You didn't fail it by 10, and so, but you move at half speed, which is at this point it's 2 hexes that you can move today. So if you watch on the map, as I'm moving your ship, you move closer, but you didn't reach the seat of scales and this more narrower channel this day, but it will be the next problem.
Can I roll a survival to see how long the storm will be, or
Yes.
plan ahead a little bit?
Yes, you can, and also you can roll for a random encounter if you're in the rolling mood.
Sure, always in a rolling mood. 21 for the survival.
Yeah, I'll tell you in a moment. Tomorrow's weather is mild. It's okay.
Nice.
It's gonna be a moderate, even almost a light wind, but it's a
Oh,
moderate wind.
D20 for the random encounter, sorry.
Mhm.
That's 1.
That's the emptiest sea you can ever imagine. So next morning, or by midday, this sudden storm, as quick as it came, it went away, and you have clear skies and the moderate wind, which takes you into the seat of scales.
Right,
Very,
so now
very quickly. So I mean, in 4 or 5 hours, you're midday, you're at the seat of scales.
April?
Yeah, so since we're getting closer, and potentially as we're coming inside of the port and the city, and maybe there's patrols in the water, Mayra, can I put up signal flags, some kind of something that even though the ship I think is going to be recognized as belonging to Clan Physmos or whatnot, but to go ahead and put some kind of signal flag. She's just trying to ensure that as we're approaching, it's made very clear that we're not, whatever the signal is that says, neutrality or, no harmful intentions, and
We come in peace.
Yeah, there's a universal signal for that, the white flag. In times of war,
we're not surrendering.
That's what I'm saying. So, going into the port, nobody would. You assume nobody would think that you are attacking in any way, or you're hostile. I'm talking only about hostility. You know, there will be no assumptions. I show you an image of the Assyrian. Please decide what you're doing. It's gonna be on Owlbear, of course. Owlbear, your favorite VTT platform.
While you're pulling, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Well, while you're pulling up the image, if everyone's gathered on the deck, Mayra would say to the rest of them, I think perhaps my suggestion is we stay on the ship and send a message to the Shadowwind representative, that because we were given some kind of notice of like how we were supposed to get in contact, right? Or am I misremembering that?
There was no real, advice on how to get in contact. Meet me at the Seat of Scales. Obviously, he's a known figure. He's a major noble here, like one of the 6 ruling council clans.
I think that we should be able to, at the port, secure a runner. Send the runner to Shadowwinds. He's a known figure. The runner should be able to easily locate him or his representatives and let him know that we've arrived and request how he'd like us to proceed with meeting him.
I like your idea.
It's a very good idea. A lot can happen between the ship and wherever we go. Best not to wander around if we don't have to.
At least not initially.
Without docking? Lars says. Without docking.
No, I think we should definitely. I think it would be odd for us to not dock. And if we're going to, I don't know, look at because this is an unfamiliar port and we don't have any guidance, look for signs about...
Let me give you a brief description of what you see from the distance. Maybe that helps or change,
Yeah, I think she's basically going to look to see our ships docking. Is there indication for ships coming in, like where they're supposed to dock? Are most ships out at sea setting anchor and then rowboats going in? So she's just looking to see what the protocol is.
Please look at the image on Owlbear. Zoom in on it because there's a lot of details I'm going to show you with my little marker.
Some dragons in the skies, first off.
Wait.
That's what Lars notices first.
Right. Lars is like, I want to go hang out with those guys.
Brothers and sisters. All right, so we're at the Seat of Scales. This is a large city. You see 2 levels of the city. One sea level. Do you see my pointer here? One on sea level and one on an elevation above the city surrounded by a wall. There is a wall around the whole city.
Some bastions here.
You see these bastions on the wall, but you see these towers on the shore, if you see my marker, which are huge towers with the heads of dragons. Okay? The first thing you see, or one of the first things you see, the most significant things here, is one very tall tower on this elevated platform. You see a statue, a colorful statue, standing on a little island.
This is also humongous.
Yeah. You see this statue with it's obviously the statue of a half red dragon with fire burning in its mouth. You see 8 minarets rising from a building, each minaret with a different color on its top. Obviously magical colors dancing in the air. You see a huge cliff with some sort of a very circular looking structure on the top, and you see all of the dragons coming and going from this cliff. Okay, so they land here. You can see caves. There are caves on the sides, and you see dragons actually just standing in the cave entrance or flying off into the air from here and coming back. All of these dragons are young dragons based on their size, okay? And they are of all color. There are golds, silvers, blacks, reds, blues, all colors, okay?
This sector is
Okay, yep. So the different sectors, okay, the different areas or regions of the city. Here you see a port with regular ships. You see very regular, normal sailing ships. Most of the dragon ships of different color, you see here's a blue one, here's a green one, here's a red one, like yours, right? There are 3 red ones actually in the image. But all of the dragon ships are in this bay. They are either docked or coming out or in from the bay. There is
an inner bay.
An inner bay, yeah. This is an outer port, this is an inner port in the bay. This section of the city here seems to be... Well, first of all, the whole city seems to be very decorated. Banners flapping in the air, colors everywhere. It looks like as if it was in the middle of a celebration, right when you arrived. This area here is very colorful. Lots of tents and lots of colorful tents. Looks like a bazaar, a huge bazaar. Okay. Another interesting thing you see is that behind the wall on this elevation, there are these large villas. Okay, probably for the nobility or the wealthy of the city. And there is a slope going to a gate which is closed. You can reach it via a gate, and there are these statues by the slope, and there's a large jungle and the mountain here. I think that's the first few things you notice.
Okay. I think first and foremost is just before Mayra turns herself back to business, is the just taking in the dragons flying in the sky. Pretty majestic and awe-inspiring sight for anyone seeing that for the first time. But then pulling her attention back, well, this perhaps puts a dilemma in front of us. And she's indicating where the dragon ships are docking. That seems to be where our ship would go. However, we are not the recognized owners. There could be trouble if each... What do you call the individual? If the Vismos clan is there with the dock to offer and so.
Right. Well, we did come by invitation, so we've got all the right to be here. We got stranded on the way, found this ship, found these slaves, and that's all we've got to share. No one needs to know any more than that. And I find sometimes if you say things with a tremendous amount of confidence, it's very convincing.
Yes, I agree. The ship belongs in that area. If we don't, we may draw more eyes than not, is my thought.
Polishing the red dragon hide vest that he's wearing, he's just making sure it's real shiny. And then polishing those teeth up.
Mm-hmm. How many dragons do we see in the air?
There are dozens.
Dozens? Ugh.
I mean, on the cliff, there are like a dozen resting, and then there's another dozen in the air.
Awesome. That's awesome.
I think I should keep a low profile.
I don't think you can keep a low profile, my friend.
You may fit in here more than you have in your life, Lars.
Didn't you say that the dragons on Xanthros are slaves as well?
I heard they're pilgrims. Visit the Isles. And some choose to stay.
Are you in danger of being taken as a slave?
I know. Lars stomps on the deck. Says, never.
And we stink.
They will never enslave me.
From the standpoint of course, we would not accept that, but will they try?
I don't know.
From what I understand, slavery is they themselves are not necessarily. They don't go out looking for slaves. It's just a part of their society and culture. So
They better not try.
Yeah.
So Aishlin steps up and says, I'm just going to put his image there, just with all that he's around. He says, I heard that the dragons are working for the clans, or with the clans. They had some settlement with the dragons they called the Dragon Pact back thousands of years ago or hundreds of years ago. I'm not sure really about this, but I heard that they are in a good, how do you say this, you can help me there, a relationship with the dragons of the island. So I doubt they would be enslaving dragons. That's probably far from
They probably honor
their
dragons
intentions.
as they should.
Right.
right. Well, our information did not necessarily come from the most trustworthy source, or perhaps just best informed source.
I hope you'll have an easy time here, my friend. And if you don't, we'll be involved.
Sounds good. And to get back to your point, either speak the truth or speak nothing.
All right, ahead. Start angling or navigating the ship to the appropriate dock.
the inner bay dock. Alright, it's time to show you the map. See the scales. Change the scene.
Not to miss a joke as you're pulling that up, but the way Lars says that, Ko leans over to Rax. How long do you think you can talk without really saying anything, Rax?
Looking over at Ko. I've been doing it the whole time we've been together.
I knew it. I love it. We don't stop now.
That's right. I'm very good at not saying anything, while also saying quite a bit.
I'm just going to leave this image here on top so you can see where it doesn't really. You can always zoom on it if you wish to see how it looks from the side. But from above, this is the Seat of Scales. You navigate the ship past this rock. Do you see my pointer? Do you see the map? All good? Alright. So, you navigate the ship into the bay and into this inner bay where it's quite packed, as you can see if you zoom in. But you find an empty dock and you dock the ship, which means you move in on it very, very slowly. Take the angle and all that, and you can already see there are these warehouses, number 15 actually. But Tommy, I will ask you to
Sure.
help me with all of these numbers. There's a lot of them. You can see these. First of all, you see these 51s, these huge statues or towers. I'm sorry, towers with the dragon head. Okay. and you see these warehouses, and on the docks, these dock workers gathered, like expecting the ship to come. Actually, they wave to you, this way, to the left, oh, it's good, all that, and aiding you in navigating the ship.
15 are the dry docks.
Yeah.
17 are warehouses. There's a rows of warehouses.
Okay, so you navigate the ship there, and soon as the ship reaches the docks and the wooden structure, these men jump overboard, climb up, and start to put ropes around the where they need to be put, and fix the ship to the. I'm not a ship guy. I'm sorry. And pull the ship closer and fix it to the dock itself. You see a couple of men, and soon they're obviously their leader, their boss, probably somebody of authority in the port, arrives. He is an aging man. Looks like this.
Dad?
One second. So, what he does is he walks up to his men, talks, does a few words to them, and some of his men follow. And are you? What are you doing? How are you? What are you doing?
Is he's approaching the ship?
Yeah, they will approach the ship very soon. Yeah.
All right.
Good.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Rax is standing back, just staying with the group.
All right. I think Mayra would come to the edge of the ship. Sorry, if you guys can hear our husky is being vocal this morning.
Husky.
You can feel the tension.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He very much wants to be part of everything. He's like, don't forget me. I'm on the ship too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Have
You're
we dropped
on the
the
edge.
gang? Did they give us any indication like we needed to drop the gangplank?
Oh no! When they see you on the edge of the ship, they come straight at to you. So they
Okay.
he wants to walk up. I mean, they there is a sort of something plank or something that they put against the side of the ship. So those men who prepared the ship for docking and docked the ship itself,
Right.
Which is a longer process. I mean, it's underway, as they
Sure,
walk
sure,
up. He seems to be aiming for this ramp and wants to, looking at you and wants to go up the ship and
Sure.
and
Okay.
talk to you.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, so Mayra's stepping forward to be there, ready to meet him, staying on the ship, not leaving yet, and just waiting for him to arrive.
All four of you, Dragon included, all five of you with Aishlin. He doesn't go anywhere. I mean, he stands next to you, obviously, so he has no intention of leaving. Rex stays a bit back, as I heard.
Lars
Alright.
as well, a little bit.
All right.
I'd probably be pretty close.
All right, so this man walks up with the sailors, 6 of his sailors. He walks up. I'm sorry, not sailors, dock workers. His men who work in the docks. He walks and his crew walks up on the main deck, and you stand in the front, Mara.
Yes.
Okay, so he walks up to you and says, "Nice meeting you." He looks around the ship. "My name is Garion Sorpin. I'm the harbor master. Welcome to the Seat of Scales."
What was his name? Garion Sorpin?
Garion with a Y, Sorpin. I'm Harbor Master Garion Sorpin, and I would like to have a word in private. When he says in private, his men are looking at each other. Please roll a wisdom insight skill check at this moment.
Insight. Oh, that doesn't take a lot. To roll.
Ooh, 23 for me.
I'm really interested in
17.
Oh, that's
26.
Mara's. What's Mara's role?
17.
Leading the conversation. It's a DC 11, so it's all of you probably except for Rax's.
Rags just realized he's got something in his teeth, and he's like,
You see these 6 dock workers to be a bit confused with this request of their boss.
That he wants a private.
That he wants to discuss things privately alone. I mean, he wants to have a word in private. They look at each other, and then he turns to them and says, "You finish docking the ship. I'll be back in a moment. Come with me to the captain's cabin." So you walk into the captain's cabin. I mean, he actually leads the way and looks at you and bows to allow you in there. Waits till all 5 of you, including Aisleen, enter the room.
Did he just say follow me to the captain's cabin?
Well, please join me in the captain's cabin.
Looking over at Mayra and Co. We following this guy?
I think that some of us should stay on deck.
I'll stay on deck.
I'll stay as well.
All right.
I'll go to the mirror.
Well, he waits for Mara specifically. You know, he considers you as the leader, the captain, and wants to have a word with you actually. So, but he waits for Aisleen to join. You know, if Cole comes along, that's all right. So he doesn't really care. When he sees Rax and Thromalar staying outside, he just goes in as the last one and closes the door. As he closes the door, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out. Actually, it's a small rod sort of thing, but actually, as you can see, it's a vessel shaped like a dragon. Yes, please. Yes, I'm so busy doing all my DM duties. One sec.
He's being enough shady. I think Ko would go ahead and summon his telekinesis and be ready to shove him, just in case.
Okay. Well, he doesn't want to blow it or anything. It's just that it's
Right.
in his hand.
He's acting way too much like he owns the ship and some things like that, just to get that little extra, just in case.
So he pulls out this azure blue, bright blue, dragon-shaped vessel, dragon head shape. You can see on the image, and he slowly walks up to Nera, looks around very slowly on the ship.
He's doing what?
He's just taking a bit of his time before he speaks, but soon he says the following. Can you please introduce yourselves? Who
I am
are
a
you?
reduced scar of the Azure Abyss. I am a arm of Kylie.
Looks at the deep sea elf. Looks at Cole. You're people of the sea. I understand that. What is your visit? What is the purpose of your visit to the Sea of Scales?
We are here by invitation of Lord Shadowwind.
Oh, alright. Do you have proof of that?
Yes.
Okay, you hand him the letter.
No.
No, I'm sorry. Okay.
However, I'd hold up the letter with Shadowwind's seal, but not showing him the contents of the letter.
He leans closer, being a bit of age. stretches his eyes, reads the letter.
No, she's not
seal.
showing him the
Seal.
letter
Oh,
to be
she's.
read.
I thought you were showing
I'm showing him the letter seal
the
to
seal.
show
Only.
Shadowwind, but she's not letting him see the contents of the
Ah,
letter.
okay.
You remember that bit in Beverly Hills Cop where he's like, "Yeah, I'm with the FBI."
Exactly.
No, but she doesn't want him to see the letter because
Yeah. I understand. I'm sorry.
that's private with the.
He
joining
says,
with the-
well, that's an official seal of the Shatterwinds. I
Yes.
see. Okay. Well, you know, this ship is called the Flame Drake, and it is a well-known ship in the city. It belongs to a certain clan called Clan Physmos. He rolls the whistle in his hand and continues. You know, if I blow this whistle, the Fangs of Order, those dragons you saw flying around the city, they will come to my aid quickly. And if I'm not leaving this room very soon, then my men will call the Fangs of Dragons. You know, the arrival of this ship with an unusual crew without its owner or any of the red half-dragon gnomes on board is a very suspicious event that will quickly spread around the city. You will be probably questioned about the fate of the masters of this ship. Where are the nobles of Clan Physmos? Why are the nobles of Clan Physmos or any of their spell
Mr.
slaves?
Harbormaster, we can make this more efficient, I imagine. We fully expect to be questioned. That's why we're here. We bring news. So, if we could have a messenger sent first to Lord Shadowwind, as he is the patron who has requested us, and one of the rulers of your clan houses. I believe that he is, by the proper etiquette and protocol, should be first contacted. So if we could get a runner to him, we would greatly appreciate your assistance in that, and then can move forward with our business with him and the Council of Scales.
I could certainly do that. I could help you get in touch. Actually, I can show you where the residence of Clan Shatterwind is in the city on the Wormrise. It's just that you have walked into trouble, and this trouble is not going to be solved by the Shatterwinds, even if they invited you to the city. You know, whatever happened to Lord Physmos is going to be found out. These all dragons utilize magic of the highest
We have
level.
no interest in hiding what happened to Lord Physmos.
So what happened to him?
I don't believe that you are the one that we should be conveying that, with all due respect, Mr. Harbormaster. As I said, our first responsibility is to the patron who brought us here, and then to the Council of Scales. The magnitude of the news we bring must be brought to the proper authorities. So, if you would further us in what serves both our mission and the needs of your islands and your clan houses, I believe that is your duty, if I'm not mistaken, as Harbor Master.
My duty is several-fold, and one of them is reporting anything I see that is against the laws of the Santrosian nobles. Oh, and very importantly, he doesn't have an armband of a slave, okay? All of his men have armbands, except for him. That's very important.
So if you were supposed to report, who are you reporting to? Because I don't believe that I have asked you to do anything less than notify the appropriate authorities so that we can deliver our report and news to them.
Look,
If you need to say something more plainly, please do.
I will have
I
to,
am-
I see. Because if I blow this whistle, it will start a chain of events which are very, very inconvenient. They will send the dragons will take you.
Why are you threatening us with blowing the whistle and starting an armed engagement?
He looks around. Look, I think there is a bribe due. There is money. There is something you must do for me.
I see.
For me to do something for you.
I understand.
And you can skip a very painful and harrowing process of being questioned. It's not being questioned in soft cushioned chairs. They will put you in the rack and they will torture you for the truth. They don't.
I think Mayra at that point stepped forward into him and leaning full into. My persuasion is actually much better than my intimidation, but she is thoroughly disgusted and affronted by having, her integrity questioned at first by saying that she's here to do something, underhanded, and now being actually confronted by somebody who is doing something underhanded. Do not besmirch my honor.
He leans back a bit. He's a step closer to his face. He says, I hope you understand the severity of your situation, which is getting dangerous, which is getting more dangerous with every minute you spend in these thoughts.
Let me see. Can I give Mayra a willpower check? Is that?
I was going to say, Ko's probably using his mage hand just to keep the pressure on the guy where he can't back up too much.
You
just
will
catch that signal from him.
If okay, he says the following. Look into your heart. If you have anything to hide from the Santarosians, if in the story of the Flame Drake and Lord Physmos and those who operated and traveled on this ship, if you have anything to do with their disappearance or even maybe with their death, now the images of you just plunging your trident into just come back to your mind. He says, if you have anything to do with that, I suggest you mark my words and work with me. If you are free to, if you have a free consciousness and you just found this ship somewhere, and you're free to go. And he opens the door. I will send a messenger for you, or I will send one of my men to clan Shadowin. But I would rather we don't send messages. We honor our lords and walk to their doors and bend the knee when we want to address them. That's what I would suggest. But be aware that Clan Physmos will know about the return of their ships. And if it's not today, but in a couple of days, you will be questioned. And it will be an unpleasant experience. He bows and shows you way, to leave.
Alright. Turning around and heading out. If you could please, Mr. Harbormaster, provide us direction to Lord Shadowwind's abode. Then we will make our way there. And,
I am really surprised that you are so bold and brave, or even too brave to refuse my offer and my help.
What's his offer?
I didn't say an offer yet because I didn't want to listen to it.
No.
well, all she heard was he wanted her to bribe him.
Yeah.
And so once he said that, she was like, "Oh, I get it. You just need a bribe for us to get off this ship," and and veiled all the threats.
He looks very serious as he's on the image, and he says, "I think you have chosen, or you are walking. You have a choice of two paths, and you're walking on the more unpleasant one. My offer would have served you much better. Well, you have time before they arrive. You can always come back to me. I mean, you have time before Clan Physmos finds out, or the news spreads about the return of their ship. The Clan Shadowing? Oh, you walk the path up. You walk the rise of the Dignified, and the points of this slope with the statues. You walk the rise of the Dignified up to the Worm Rise, and the Worm Rise is supposedly, we suppose, is the elevation on the top. And you consult the dragons at the door. These two Fangs of Order will, if you show them your letter and show proof of your invitation, they will take you to Clan Shatterwind's residence within the walls of the Seed of Scales. And he bows and says, "Welcome to the city of Seed of Scales, and don't forget that your time is already running out."
Thank you for your assistance, Mr. Harbormaster. I believe you can find your own way off the ship.
He shrugs. And then he walks to his man and says, and then walks off into one of the. Well, he tells them something. Like, tighten the rope better, and he walks into one of the buildings.
Right. As he exits, head back to Lars and Rax, and you said Eilish was in there with myself and Co.
Yes. Where he's just blinking and watching the whole situation unfold. What was that? Yes.
This has been such a delightful arrival. Look at all these nice people, and they've brought out the works. It's been great so far.
Mayor is shining as usual.
Well, she comes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Heading over to Lars and Rax to bring them into. So the Harbor Master provided directions to Lord Shadowwinds. Apparently, sending runners is not considered proper etiquette, so we should make our way there. As expected,
Of course.
Clan Physmos will be most interested in the return of their ship without the expected return of Lord Physmos himself and the rest of the crew. So,
I would expect there's some sort of reward for returning the ship.
I like the way you think, Brad.
I mean, they should pay us, because we could have sold it to someone else, right?
Well, by
Reward
maritime
for the
law,
ship.
it's ours.
Yeah, well, a reward for the ship, a reward for the slaves, and some compensation for our time being lost at sea for a bit. I think the odds are stacking in our favour. I mean, we're here as celebrities.
Should we feed them before we go? And we should probably double time it to Shatterwinds.
No, I gave them good berries.
Okay. As long as you think that will hold them for a bit.
I think
Yeah, a
it will
couple.
hold any reasonable person.
Okay.
A couple of more days they can survive on the berries.
So,
I wish someone had given me magical berries when I was a kid.
right. And
Does Mara does not relay the conversation, correct?
Well,
I'm making sure I'm
We will
hearing
see.
that.
no, I'm about to. She's about to tell the.
Okay, good. I was like, I don't
Code
know.
getting nervous is like, we should go. Like, we can talk and walk, but like, yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
We can start making our ways there, and Co and I can fill you on the particulars of the rest of the conversation. It was a very odd demeanor and threatening. Does not bode well if the rest of the denizens of the city are quite so lowbrow.
What do you mean threatening? As we're walking, what do you mean threatening?
Threatening.
Yeah, but what's that mean? Thought he took a swing
what?
at you or raised his fist?
No.
No, his threats were more in line of that he could provide assistance to us against Clan Physmos, who will be most interested in, as I said, and already said what we expected, the return of the ship without the normal inhabitants. So he expects us to be interrogated, mostly tortured, for answers to the response, or for our answers to what happened. So there is nothing for us to hide. We did not mean to withhold any details, but as I relayed to him, those details will be communicated to the appropriate responsible parties.
Any appropriate details, I said, too.
We did nothing wrong. There is nothing to hide here.
That's true. I agree.
We were in search of assistance and removing ourselves from an island. We went searching for that assistance, and Lord Thysmos attacked us. That is what happened, right? Because Mayra wouldn't have just everybody kind of looked a little confused when I said that. And I was like, wait a minute.
I leave that with your consciousness. So Mayra is a good-hearted paladin, and she knows when the truth hurts, right? So you're like, did he not? I mean, obviously, there was mind control. It's all a bit fuzzy, but the guy was doing his stuff there. And
that's why she would have attacked him, because he was doing things that were involved with whatever that was.
And also some spell slaves are missing.
And we got attacked by the slaves. Mm-hmm. We're lucky to be alive.
Well, that's right. We were attacked by the entire thing of slaves that we came through. And we didn't actually set out to attack them. So
the question is,
in fact, we tried to not.
If they care about this, if the justice...
She doesn't care about
serves you.
What's the legal system here?
Yeah, if you're worried against whatever you do against the clan noble, it doesn't matter or not.
No,
if
she
we
was
get,
she doesn't have any problems with her actions. She was completely justified and in the right, because
it's just that it comes to your mind. I'm sorry, Joe. Please don't forget. It's just that it comes to your mind that these guys, these Santarosian half-dragon nobles might think differently of justice,
They can be wrong.
Yeah, of course, but it's their land. But it's their land.
They can still be wrong.
Yeah.
She answers to a higher power.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, if we get stuck in some sort of interrogation or they want to question us, and if the truth isn't going our way, we can give them the old razzle dazzle. You know what I mean?
Is that another good berry?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, the old razzle dazzle, eh? Huh?
Wiggle schmiggle.
You know what I mean?
Shimmy.
Like this. Like this. Like, hey, watch this hand. Watch this hand. And then he makes a coin appear in the other one. Ah, boom. Right there. Razzle dazzle. Eh?
Oh.
A bit of misdirection.
Yeah.
We'll do well. We'll use the truth as a weapon.
Well, and we have allies, we have connections. It seems like the way this place is already working is information is power, and anyone who will grab it can. And we need to be careful about who we give our power to.
Yeah, the truth is they do owe us for returning that ship and them slaves.
I like the way you think. I don't know if they'll agree, but I like the way you think.
Well, politics are not my forte.
And that being said, Mara, you may need to let some others lead everyone along.
I am more than happy to step back, and if there's someone else who can navigate. But I will step forward when it comes to the determination of something that goes against my oath, my tenets, and my principles.
As you should. No one would expect you to do different.
Oh. Pixton took him away.
Snatched by a dragon. in the middle of the sentence. Whoop is in the air. And drop back.
All right, and making our way to.
Okay, so as you walk the streets, you can see this road leading up to this elevation. You can see the city being draped in colorful decoration. Kids are cheerfully playing on the streets. You see all kinds of species. There's an aroma of fresh meat being cooked. There is loud music coming from somewhere. It is obvious that the city is celebrating something, right? Kids are running around with colorful flags, and people are dressed nicely. They are celebrating something, and they are really cheerful about it. So you reach easily. You can. I don't know. You come through these two docks, and you come to the rise of the dignified, as the harbor master called it. On your right, Tommy, please help me. 18. I'll give you numbers. You give me info. Actually, I can look it up myself quickly. Just a few. Yeah. Just read what you can about it, please.
Sure. 18 is a tea shop. It's herbs and flowers permeates the air around the entrance. It's a tea house. There's some dried tea mixtures and seeds in packs of seeds in the window cases. Orchids, and then we can see inside the garden.
There's a garden. Yeah, it's an open door in the garden inside, with little tables, people sitting around and drinking tea. And there's
many plants, lots of plants and
lots
herbs.
of plants and herbs, and very good, herbal smell coming out. And there is a little girl sitting on a table and singing something, and there's cheering from inside. So it looks like a kind of a tea house with an attitude. They are having fun. Also, if you look to your left, if you look on the map, this whole area looks very preserved. All the houses, this is important, all the houses are very, very ancient. They look very, very old, but well preserved. Kind of like, imagine like a sort of a Moroccan style buildings with little inner gardens and these old walls. Domed ceilings and archways and sorts of gates. Oh, there's another image I can show you about just the atmosphere of the city.
Anytime there's a smell or something like that tea garden, I think Code just does the slow down and just looks a little too long and then catches back up. Like, ready to explore, but there's urgent business.
Okay, you see this scene unfolding in front of your eyes. So as you look to your back, you see how do you call this carry? There's a word I know for this.
Is it a palanquin?
Palanquin. That's the word. Palanquin. A half. This is a let's say a half. Not red, but a half bronze, a half red dragon, like human size. So it's not a small. You oh my god, maybe it's the Fizmos, but no. It's a human half dragon, huge red wings behind him, carried around on a palanquin, and actually he gives orders or talks to. You don't hear what he says, but he talks to a silver dragon, a young silver dragon that bows in front of him. Or her, you don't know. And he has these bodyguards with spears and all that. You see these fans, they are fanning him so that he's not, well, if he's a red dragon, he doesn't care. But anyway, you see the jungle, design mistake. The jungle in the background. You see the domed ceilings, all these pillars with the dragon heads. You see the whole atmosphere. And design. This is what the city looks like. And if you don't mind, I'll just put this to the bottom for you on this one side so that you can watch if you want. But
I do hope we've got some time. Maybe that we're not going to get arrested. Enjoy all the delights that this city offers. Look at all this.
There
All
seems to be
here, isn't it?
all sorts of beautiful distractions.
Yeah.
When you walk the rise of the dignified, it's a slope upwards, and as I said, to your left you see these well-preserved, better-conditioned buildings, while to the right you see the side of a huge bazaar, lots of little tents, and it's a huge market. Okay, Tommy, 22, please. 21, 20.
22 is a wagon shop.
Yeah.
So they have coaches, carriages, wagons, carts, these chariots that look like dragons.
And it says Dragon Wagon on the
Wagon.
on the on the you know, what's this, the sign. So, and behind, well, this is behind another building, so you don't see 21. Anyway, as you approach the gate, you see these statues of 15 feet high stone statues of different types of different kinds of half dragon nobles in different poses and clothing, some armored, some holding a book, another holding a holy symbol of life, for example. And the huge gate, I'm going to navigate to the to the description. Tell me if you can help me with the description. I'm not really finding it. Of the gate and the region, the way of the dignified and all that. Please look it up for me. While he helps me with that, I tell you that on top of the gates and on the wall sits two dragons, one silver and one green, both of them young. And as you approach, they look over the city, their long necks, just scanning the road. And as you approach, of course, they take notice. But as you come closer to the gate, they both focus on you. And
the gate is.
It's
nothing extra. It's guarded by dragons, and they're 20-foot gates, hardened wood, iron plates.
Where's the page count? Okay. So as you approach, one of them lands in front of you, and in Draconic speaks something. You speak Draconic, right? Some of you.
Yep.
Rax and Philomeras for sure. So it says, "Who are you and what do you want at the Worm Rise? Who you're looking for?"
Look over at Lars and like who's gonna take this?
Yeah, so I guess having taken Ko's words to heart, and he being a prince and therefore the one more unknown to diplomacy and those types of things, Mayra's stepped back and let Ko take the lead, or Lars being a dragon and perhaps better served in representing the group.
If you look to Lars, then Lars steps forward and says, "Lord Rinovaran Shatterwind, we have been invited."
Oh, you. Where are you from? I don't know you. What's your name? Who is your mother?
Hang on a minute.
Which nest are you from?
Hang on a minute. Step up. I'll tell you what nest we're from. We're from the nest of We've Got an Invitation. So you can let us in, or you can keep us out here. Don't be asking about people's moms. How rude.
Show me the invitation you're speaking of.
Yeah, who's your mum? I've got your invitation right here. Hold on a minute. Who's got the invitation? One of us has it.
I'll hold out the invitation, but again, just showing the seal.
Open it up.
So she is being careful because of the fact respecting Lord Shadowwind's privacy, so not showing the contents again, but she is showing the seal to show that there's an invitation.
There's him.
Well, you can just show, you can fold it so that there's a part which
Right.
says you are now hereby considered as this, and my allies and all that.
Which building is it?
So the dragon reads it and says, well, stalks back to the green dragon and says, "They are invited indeed." So then the other says, the green says, from top of the gate still says, "Let's take them there." So they take to the air and swoop down behind the gate, and they themselves open the gate for you. And they start, one of them walks in front of you and the other flies in circles above. And the green in front of you walking shows you the way
34.
to, thank you, to the left, I'm sorry, to the right.
35 is Yestril.
Okay, so you see different types of these villas, and in the middle you see this huge tower. Let me talk about the huge tower first, if I might. Too much information. Tommy, your help is much appreciated. If you can give me page numbers.
Yes, 81 or PDF 81 or page 80.
Okay, so this is a obviously a very old, I would say ancient building, a monumental palace rising above the city. It's decorated with dragon motifs, and there is a single gate of entrance in the middle. Now you walk by, you walk by one of the. Can you tell me, show on the map, please, which is the? Well, it's 35. I'm sorry. You can find yourself. So the actual the palace you're walking by is covered in. It looks very simple compared to the others. It has an atmosphere of austerity. It carries stylized sea motifs such as shells, pearls, aquatic creatures, ships, and waves that decorate the walls and arches of the building. It looks quite Spartan with all these sea motifs on it, right? And then
30 is the theater.
Yes. And we're going to 37, right? Okay, so there is this. Well, you don't know what it is. It's a huge domed building that you are passing, and yeah, and then 37 looks. Actually, it says Santorosian Pride in Draconic, and it is. You don't know what it is actually, but it has 2 gates and. Nothing really spectacular about it, or nothing more. A very nice building which says Santorosian Pride, and then you reach.
There's the garden. 36 is the huge garden.
Yeah, with topiaries of dragons, and then you reach the Shatterwind residence. Now the dragons, the green dragon in front of you just nods and turns away, giving you way to the front door. You see this residence, which is resembles a squat fortress with massive double gates gilded in bronze. There are impressive bronze statues of the clan's prominent ancestors that line the walls. I'm sorry, that's the halls in 70. So outside, some statues of these half-dragon dwarves. There are 2 gigantic braziers on the top of the gate, lit with bonfires, burning with large flames, and it has this distinctive dwarven design combined with draconic designs on it. It's a squat fortress-like residence. So, what do you guys do?
Bell or
There's a gate. There's a gate which the dragon turns away from, like leaving you way to go there. They hang around a bit and wait for you to enter.
Remember, we're here as consultants.
like a knocker?
Kind.
Yeah, there's a
Let's be kind. Let's get paid. Let's get the information that we need to do what we need to do. Possibly an ally, but we're here as consultants and not as marauders.
Agreed, but just remember how we were supposed to be treated on the ship, and we ended up defending the ship.
And as proper consultants who have traveled quite a long distance and encountered many harrowing stories, we should be treated not only with respect, but also get our, well, what's due us, right? Some well treatment, to enjoy the delights of this city, and enjoy a little income as well. We're not in the wrong, we're heroes, and we've come to do a great service as consultants.
And then is there a knocker on the exterior door?
All right, so you knock on the door, right? Well, the door, actually it's a gate, rather, and it's heavy with bronze plates. It opens slowly, making a squeaky noise, sort of, and you look into an inner garden, which is both filled with plants and stuff you would expect in a garden, but also looks very much like a martial training ground sort of area. And you see a dwarven servant, or actually 3 of them, 2 of them opening the gates, 1 of them standing in front of you. And in Draconic, it speaks and says, "Yes, who are you and why you are visiting our master's residence?"
Do Ko and Mara, look, turning around at them, do you understand the language of dragons?
No.
No.
Father's always said I should study more languages.
But he wants to know who we are and what we're doing here. So I'll just keep waving this letter around. If that's all right. But we're here to see your master. So let's get on with it. It's been a long walk up this hill, which is way too long in my opinion. Should be considerably shorter. I don't understand why it's so long, but we made it, didn't we? So let's do it.
So you just wave the letter.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Official. Smells official.
So it says, "I will. Please come inside, and I will."
What's your name, fella?
My name is Grunsnir.
Grunsnir. Well, that's a great name, isn't it? Does he have a tattoo on his arm?
Oh, they all have these armbands.
They all,
tattoos.
right.
They all have these armbands, and clans share the same, clan symbol that you have on the seal on your letter. So they invite you to the garden, and he says that bring these kind guests some refreshment he says in Draconic to one of the other servants, I will notify my master of your
Now
arrival.
we're talking.
And
Double
they-
up on that refreshment.
And they close the door. There are these stone benches that you can sit down on. There are some beautiful plants behind it. But as I said again, there are these martial training equipment, like even a weapon rack with some wooden axes and hammers and all the imitations of real weapons, as well as some dummies and archery targets and all that in the garden, especially set out between the plants. I mean, not just lying there randomly, but the whole garden is set out to be used as a martial training ground. So
Looking over at Ko and Mera, I have a question for you two. Both being, experienced in the sea, do you find a lot of people pointing over at the hammer, a lot of people using blunt weapons under the water? I bet it's difficult.
Yeah, it is.
Right. Well, cheers.
it was a good talking to you. Okay,
Good
so
talk.
well, very soon, another servant returns, not the same one as who entered, and he bows. Again, it's a dwarf with the armbands of a clan slave.
Manacles, Kabina.
Manacles, and bows and says, Lord Drunard Shatterwind is ready to give you audience. Please follow me.
Is Lord Riverrun not in residence? Oh, actually, she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Did he say it in, what did he say it in Dwarven?
No,
Draconic.
Draconic, yeah.
My friend,
Yes,
do
he
us all a
stops.
favor. Well, we do appreciate your lovely grasp of the dragon's tongue. If you could tell us all in common so that we're all on the same page.
Looks at the others. I understand. I'm sorry for my impolite behavior.
No offense is taken. Just a bit of direction,
He
which we
looks
could
at-
all use.
Bows again silently and talks to Aishlin, Mera, Cole, and says, My master, Lord Drunard Shatterwind, is expecting you and has agreed to give you an audience. And bows. Please follow me. And shows
Where
the way.
and at that point, when she hears, is Lord Renovaram not in residence?
Unfortunately, the father of the Lord present is out on a mission. He will return later. Lord Drunard, his son, is ready to see you now. Please follow me. And he has a beautiful, well-kept beard. So Rex notices. Ooh,
Oh, that's a very nice beard you got there, mate. Taking
And
good
then-
care of it.
He looks at you and doesn't smile, but he looks at you and thank you so much for the compliment. And then he walks inside.
So as we're walking, so tell us a bit about this son. What's he like?
I am really not allowed to comment on my master. If you don't,
Ah, come on, it's fine. Do you like him?
of course, very much. And he shuts an eye, smiles. He's a good master and an excellent fighter, like all of his clan members and his father. Actually, he misses the arcane knowledge his father is equipped with, but that doesn't make him less of a hero. Please follow. And he walks quickly up the chair so that he can avoid all these questions, and steps up on the steps on the top one and opens the door. This way, please. The main hall. And you look into this. Now you see the inside of the building, which is basically an audience hall. The first room is a large, spacious audience hall. and it is all decorated with half dragon, half bronze dragon, dwarven heroes wielding weapons, and everything is inlaid with gold and bronze in the stone, and it looks very luxurious. So you can see the wealth of this house emanating from every segment. It's beautiful art everywhere, and you have these trays with snacks and bites that you could take, and drinks, and most of the floor is covered in carpets and huge cushions on the sides so you can sit down, and there's a throne in the middle, and on the throne sits a half bronze dragon dwarf who looks just like this.
Bum bum bum.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. So,
Whoa.
As we enter, Koa would lean over to Mara. Sometimes when the father's out, the son has to entertain. Ours will be just to introduce herself, give some time. We don't have to give information. If he's a good son, he'll entertain us and want to know our story and get us talking. We just need to enjoy, relax a little bit, and kill the time. I know that's not the way we prefer it, but it'll give us a test to know what we're really dealing with.
Okay.
I've had to do that several times for Father.
so as he sits
I'm
there,
glad you said that. I don't naturally trust children.
he doesn't look so childish. He's clad in full plate armor. He has a battle
It's a big
axe.
child.
Yeah,
Big boy.
I look up and down and just like,
Look at the size of this baby.
He has
huge.
he has
Oh, the
his
big egg.
he has his toy next to him, a beautiful, obviously magical battle axe, and he has. You notice two things about him immediately. One is that he has one leg up in a cast, probably broken. Okay, on a little holster, whatever you call this. His leg is up, and he looks like being in a sorry state. The other thing you notice is that he is probably very drunk. He has he has a little high table next to him with all kinds of liquors, and he has a glass in hand and drinks as you enter. And come, don't be shy, he says. Welcome to my humble residence. Come and introduce yourselves. Tell me, why are you looking for Clan Shatterwind? How can we help you?
Ko just starts shaking his head.
Go ahead.
So, Mayra does not take the lead on this. She stays back and lets, again, either Ko or Lars. And in large part also because when she sees his state, at first when she saw his leg, she's like, why haven't you gotten healing? Of course I will offer that. And then the fact that he's inebriated, she's done. She's like, if Ko is right and we're gonna have to just chill out here, and then she's gonna chill out in the back. So she just kind of takes a step back, kind of slips into a parade rest stance, and goes into almost a meditative. I'm going to sit here and just commune with my God while we wait.
Okay.
Playing. It's serene. It's quiet.
So when he sees Feromilars, being a bronze dragon, walking in, he's a half bronze dwarf. He recognizes a bronze dragon and says, "What an honor! Look at this beautiful beast! Turn around, let me see all those muscles! Spread a wing! Give us a roar! Maybe we could compare our breath weapons even." And he looks at him and drinks. or or give the dragon something to drink. Give all of them something to drink. You and you. Do it now. So these servants come to you with plates and they give you these liquors and it's all alcohol, right? No juices and water and shit. It's just alcohol of the yeah, of the strongest kind actually. So not beer and stuff. And he doesn't even expect Ferromalars to answer. Yeah, go ahead. Why? I'm so impolite. I don't even know how they say it. How can I help you? He says.
Yes, we have received invitation to help the clan out, and we're hoping to meet with whomever we needed to let them know about our situation and about your situation. You seem hurt and very.
Are you here to heal me?
Doubtful. We have some ability, but not knowing what may lie ahead of us.
I've heard. He coughs a bit. I've heard I need a magic spell called regeneration. Can you cast regeneration?
I cannot, but does the clan not have does the clan not have healers?
Why are you here?
Yes, as I said, we've been given invitation to help out with the situation.
Who gave you invitation? I definitely. I'm sure I did not.
I believe your father. Should we just sit and tell tales till he returns?
Excuse me. He says, pour me another one. They pour him from another glass. He drinks some more and says,
"Are you sure? The healing process is much better if you stay normally hydrated, not dehydrated."
Oh, thank you for the advice. I really appreciate it.
I know it helps with the pain. I know it helps with the pain, but
it does help with the pain. Do you have some sort of invitation or proof of this from my father, or is this all made up and you're here to steal something or something like that?
We would not have gotten through the 500 checks we've had to get through if we didn't have an invitation. We do have an invitation. But I'm curious, what'd you do to your leg that requires, what'd you call it, regeneration?
What I did to my leg? I was riding my new chariot and I broke it. Now, give me the invitation. I'm really curious what my father is up to.
Well, I think this is between us and your father, isn't it?
yes.
Well, he's not here. I'm here. I'm in charge. Give me the invitation or leave. He is going to return in a couple of days, but he's
late.
He's very late, which is very very strange of him.
Does he need assistance?
He needs I'm not sure. He's a punctual man. He used to hit me with this battle axe when I was late from dinner. Now he's late, which is very unusual from him. Would you be kind enough to find my father for me? The celebrations are on us, you know, the death of Rain and Wind. He's missing out. I need to. I can't take the chariot race. The chase of dragons is on us. I need somebody to participate on that all. There's lots of matters that you could help with, and I'm not sure which one you're here about. What did my father tell you? Do you know where my father is? You?
We can put it like this. We've been invited to speak with your father about what's bothering him. So until we can talk to him, we can't rightly get the entire picture. So if he's not here, perhaps we wait in your beautiful city for him to arrive. And if he's lost, perhaps we can help out for a small fee, which is already owed to us.
Mayra lets out as Rax says. Perhaps we could wait. Mayra.
Or not, or we get moving right away.
No. I'm thinking you can help me with a couple of things here. First of all, my father is, as I said, a punctual man. He's never late. Look for my father. He's been acting strange lately. He's all obsessed with something only arcanists can comprehend. I don't even understand. He's been a great fighter and a great arcanist. That part I don't understand. But he's been obsessed with something and he left. I don't know where. Find out. Get him back to me. I offer you like 2,000. Make it 4,000 gold. 1,000 each. And he looks at the dragon. Yeah, 4,000.
Can you offer us some protection as well while we're in the city? A sort of seal, maybe something we can carry aside from just showing this letter around. It says, "Hey, don't mess with us right now. We're on official business."
No, there's no seal, such seal. I can't give you one. I mean, are you in trouble? I don't want to. That's good. Because I don't want to be connected with criminal elements or anything.
Well,
I have to admit, I don't trust you. But if you get my father back, he yawns, I'll get you 4,000 gold pieces.
We're already owed 10.
Also, you're... What? Who owes
Yeah.
you 10? I don't
Well,
owe you 10.
Now, your father, who you're sitting in the seat of right now, conducting his business.
What? Well, you know what? Don't even start with that. It's between you and my father. You know what? Feel lucky that I don't pull the 4,000 back, because you need to find my father. If he owes you 10,000, you need to find him first to collect it, you know? Because he's not here. And he's been late for 2 days now, which is, again, very, very, very unusual. But I'm so generous today. If you return him, I pay you 4,000, and you get your 10,000. Because you know what? You can tell a lot of things about my father, but he is an honest man, an honest Santarosian noble, I would say, who keeps his word. So if he owes you, he'll pay you. But he went missing. I don't know where he is. Pour me more. Bring some sweets. I want sweets. Bring some more.
Looking over at Ko and Mayra while he's getting his drink on, and Lars. What are we doing, man? What is this?
It's a mess. Ko stepping forward a little bit. Would you have someone that could spend some time with us and talking about the culture of the city and the norms where we do not offend any other houses, and that might give us information about how to find your father? You seem very working on your healing process, and we want to leave you time and enjoyment for that.
Exactly, that's what I'm working on. And I was working on my chariot riding skills when this happened, but unfortunately I can't continue with that. So,
and on a good day, we would love to hear those stories. Maybe when you can tell them properly.
You look, I don't know you. You go down to the city.
I don't know you.
Excuse me. I am Lord Drunar Shadowrin. You better prepare with information about me when you come to my residence. I am a noble of this city. Now, you can go out in the city and you can find your stories and little tales, some of which you might believe, some of which you might not believe. Please find out about whatever you want. And also, if you find my father, I'll pay you 4,000. Now, I'm getting very tired. He picks up a full pitcher of liquor and drinks like a good few gulps of it, and then leans on two slaves, and he's about to leave. Now, thank you for your visit and service. And he talks to the air, turning his back to you, and says, "We really appreciate your attention," and then walks away.
I think we're on our own.
But then he stops, turns back and says, Wait. You. Hey, you. Looks at Rax and says, "I know you could do it."
What?
Hey, you know what? I had this idea.
What idea?
You want to ride a chariot? You want to participate in the chase of dragons?
I'm not a chariot rider.
Hey, I got the
Oh my
Thunderbolt Charger. It's a magical chariot. Do I have to convince you guys? One of you must be.
Listen, so you make sure I understand this. You want us to compete in your chariot race because you're
It's the city chariot race, not my chariot race. I wanted to participate, but unfortunately, my lag and this accident, I'm not able to. But Lord Shatterwind and Clan Shatterwind must represent itself, like all the other ancient clans. I need somebody to ride our chariot.
If we was to agree to be a chariot team for you, would that offer us a sort of maybe a bit of free, I don't know, passage throughout the city because we're doing it at such high importance?
This is the second. This is the second time you bring this up. You can. This city is a free city.
I'm doing your job for you. Let me tell you what. Step up. Stretch. Do you know who I am? Do you have any idea who I am?
He looks around. He looks at the two slaves he carries to. Who's this guy? I don't know him.
Yeah, I'll tell you who I am. You know what this vest is cut from?
Looks at the vest.
You know what these teeth come from?
This is a vest from the Farklins. Frogkins. This is a Frogkin armor. A drag. I can recognize the Frogkin dragon armor from 2,000 feet.
Listen,
or 3.
you've got a prince, and you've got one of Kylie's chosen, and you've got a best damn dragon slayer in all the lands here,
Yeah.
and this huge bronze dragon. We're here at your father's request
Are
to
you?
talk to him.
Uh-huh.
And I'm offering to at least discuss all this with you, but we've wandered into a city already filled with hostility as guests. And it took time for us to get here, and I'm tired of being pushed around all the time by you high and mighty types. We're here at your request, so a little kindness, a little generosity would be
I
nice.
see. Roll a persuasion.
I don't know you, and you don't know me.
Roll a persuasion charisma check, please. Or an intimidation, a soft intimidation, if you like.
Can I help? Mayra, help with the. Are you going to do intimidation or persuasion?
I have no bonuses in either one.
Okay, just roll a charisma check. How you present it.
I just rolled a 17.
17. Okay. Sorry. Look, if you're such a big hero, that's valuable in this situation. Right. I will go up to my room now, sober up a bit. I come down later, a couple of days. I look for you, and you tell me all your stories, and we break bread and drink and all that. It's just that your heroism and heroic deeds come very handy here. Look, I have a father missing. I have a broken leg, which you unfortunately can't heal yourself, so I need somebody to represent Clan Shatterwind. All the other 5 ancient clans will have their own representatives. This year I decided to do it myself. Somebody gotta ride the Thunderbolt Charger. It's the Thunderbolt Charger, he says, and he has these sparkles of electricity around his maw as he speaks. It's a beautiful flying chariot. You know what? I give it to you if you win the race. How about that? A magical charger, Thunderbolt Charger. I give you my chariot if you win the race. I really appreciate you heroes, and I'm really happy to hear your stories. Now I gotta go. I gotta piss, and I gotta lie down and look for my father. Don't forget my father. And Branjnir, show them the chariot. And let them have a ride around and decide before they say no. They don't understand what they're dealing here. And I'm sorry again. I'm sorry again for my manners. I'm sorry again. Please.
It's very good to meet you.
Tell me about your heroic deeds a bit later. You'll be my guest. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye. And then he
look over at the guy that he indicated that said, "Show us the chariot."
Yeah.
You can also show us to our rooms.
The response you will hear in the next episode. Dum dum dum. I know I know it's strange, a strange place. I know there's a lot to unpack. Let's start peeling layer by layer. And we will have several sessions before you accommodate to the city and how these Centaurs and Nobles work. But please tell me your insight or like takeaways or how you relate to this.
I'll tell you, it has a very powder keg feeling to it. Do you know what I mean? I mean,
No.
it's like the whole situation on this island is on fire, and there's a huge powder keg that could go off at any moment, and the fuse is that big, and it's like, well, because you've got all of this stuff going on with the fish folk and the danger and Morgar and all of this stuff and who's aligned with who and the aboleths and these different houses, the confrontation on the boat with the harbor master and all that stuff, and then getting here. I mean, Rax is not he understands royalty and all this. He doesn't consider himself to be a rude person. He likes to be pretty jovial and all that. But it was kind of like, I mean, he felt kind of fired up because he's also like, in his mind, he's like, look who's here. Look at these people, and we're guests. And so he was like, just like really upset for a moment, which was nice. It feels like getting out of his shell a little bit, but it feels like a powder keg, like the wrong spark at the wrong time. I mean, honestly, when Mayra was down inside getting questioned by the harbor master, Rax has no idea what's going on, so he's just out like, oh, look at this great place. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, man, we're gonna fight the city. we're about to fight the city.
Yeah, don't. Okay, April, what do you think? Or how?
Yeah, no, I think Joe just kind of put it probably better than I would have. I think from Mayra's perspective, she was very taken aback by the reception. She was expecting, obviously, there's going to be questions. We're showing up on a clan house's ship, and we are obviously not, of that house. So she fully expected, but she also thought, I think she has this impression of dragons, that they're very, within their structure as a society, and I don't know why she has this thought, but she just thinks that there's an order and a lawfulness to it. So because that's the only way that they can exist together without everybody having full out madness, because they're such powerful creatures. And so as half dragon, she's kind of expecting that. She kind of expected that same orderliness, and then seeing the city, and at least initial first impressions, she's like, this doesn't make any sense. This is just like it seems like every man for himself, free for all, and very much her sense is that there's like this, it's whoever has the most power rules, and that's on an individual by individual basis of like everybody's scrambling for something. Which I don't think she was expecting. She was expecting more, hey, we have news that has bearing, and we understand this is how you guys are organized with your houses and your clans and your ruling, so we bring that to the person that we've been invited because we have business with him. And then your Council of Scales, we have news that they need to know that affects the islands as a whole, and since you guys are all working together. So anyway, this was just kind of like her mindset. And so then walking in, and it seemed like every single person, starting with the harbor master, challenges that and is making him fight for it. So she's getting to the kind of the same place that Rax is, just from a different perspective. But it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. And
why is this so hard? She's like, we're not going to hide anything.
Exactly.
We're going to tell you everything. Just
Okay. I would like to reflect on that, because you have grasped one of the aspects of this island and this society very well. If they would be able to co-work, then Lord Shatterwind probably would not have sent a letter to absolute strangers to help out somehow who all he knows about you is that you've defeated a horde of Sahugin, or you've been in a war against Sahugin. Of course, it was not 4 of you; it was Khos and all the turtle armies and all that, and all the allies of the sea elves and the sand elves and all that. But they can't work together, can't cooperate. So he had to write a letter to someone to help, and as a last chance to convince, because everybody seems to be for themselves, as you said, and that's a very good takeaway. They are arrogant, they are haughty, they are not nice people. They're slavers,
Right.
which is you don't like that from the start.
So Rax, you might get your wish. We're gonna fight the whole city, and then start taking on the island.
Now
We'll
this
take one district at a time.
this attitude probably seeps into all everybody. What the harbor master, who is again, I really want to emphasize, is not a slave. He had no arm. He had no manacles. So
Well, half a manacle is the sign of the slave. Just not fully
Yeah,
manacled, but one manacle with the brand
with
of the.
clan, yeah. So he didn't wear that. He wanted his bride. That's with takeaways, because he saw that he has an option to ask for one here. Based on this, relate what your experience with the city and its nobles are to the punishment he foreshadowed. It doesn't feel like these people will sit down and talk it over, so it again just gives you an impression of that. Now I'm really interested in in John's
No, I think it's just echoing that powder keg in a different frame. Like, John was scared when we saw the apes that could throw a boulder that would just make us mush.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's this fear of around every corner, everyone's angling to get power. Like, it's that whole political / bureaucracy horror steeping in, and
It's the worst horror.
yeah. It's like, as Prince Ko, I know a few things, but my clan and my kingdom's nice and kind.
Of course.
And this is not that at all.
No.
So that balance, and I don't think he'll get to anger at all, because it's just idiots. But that balance of, how do we not end up having to fight our way out of the city, because we can and will when it comes to it.
Yeah. There are some nice people in there, a few, and I'm
sure
you will find them, and those are very nice.
Hey,
Tommy?
the son seemed like a pretty all right guy.
Yeah.
We know where to get our ale now.
Exactly.
Just useless. Yeah.
Tommy, anything to add?
Just one little tiny detail. Actually, the harbor master, the portrait is based on my brother-in-law. Peter, my brother-in-law. Agified, so he's only 30, but we made him.
Yeah. Well, they're much older.
That's why it looks so cool.
Well, we will see how all of this unfolds in the next episode when we continue. So I would like to thank everyone for watching. Thank you to all of you, to April, Joe, John, and Tommy, for being with us and playing with us. Please visit Joe's and April's channel, Twice the Dice, where they play Crown the Oathbreaker. And please visit elderbeard.com if you're interested in Torrents of the Spellhoarder and Crown of the Oathbreaker, or catch us on Discord. Catch not just us, but all of the fans there and all of the members of the Hive Mind who pool up their knowledge and experience about their games. Please also like and subscribe to keep track of our future sessions, and leave a comment, just like Baldur does now, if you want to if you want to add something or highlight or ask. So see you next week and see you next episode. Thank you so much for being with us.
Bye.